What's up, y'all? It's Joey Success. We're back with another Success Show. Today, I have the pleasure of being with
Bryan Scambler, also known as Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Let's go. Okay, so I met Bryan at the UFC Combine. Actually, it was at the PI, right?
It was at the PI when we were for the last power slap that was in Vegas. 15,
Yes.
I believe.
So you were training with Turk, right?
I was helping Turp with his weight management and some striking stuff. But
Yeah, and I was tagging along with Isaiah and Brandon Rhodes. And yeah, but it's crazy how you meet people full circle. Like, I grew up as a wrestler, folk style wrestler, and then
I do freestyle Greco.
yeah, right
and
away
beach.
away we kind of connected too. Like, wrestlers kind of know wrestlers, and
Yeah.
it just works out that way. But I know we've been chatting back and forth on Instagram and stuff, staying in contact and things like that. And you just had the Power Slap Combine too. What was that? What month was that?
I don't remember which month, but it was Combine number 4. It was a couple
Combine
months
number
back.
4.
Yeah.
And that was here in Vegas.
Yeah.
And you flew out here, right, for that?
Yeah, they flew me out here, put us up right next to the PI, and then we had 2 days.
Okay,
that
so it
was
was 2 days. I think when I did the combine, it was only 1 day.
I'm sorry. It was 1 day.
1 day?
One
Okay.
day, yeah.
Well, I remember, or maybe it was they
We got-
condensed it because it was different. Maybe it was multiple days, and then they ended up just doing 1 day or something like that.
Yeah, they said that from what I've been asking about everybody else, they did a lot of things different. Like they didn't do the measurements, they didn't do.
Yeah. Okay. So they didn't. Yeah. So when I was there, they did the cube.
We didn't
Like
do
the
that.
monster thing.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. They did a neck strength test. They didn't do that either.
Now they had everything all booked out from the big fights that were coming the next day. So
What was kind of crazy actually when we did our combine, it was the same time that Canelo and Crawford were training.
Yep.
And they came to they were in the PI training with us.
nice.
And we came back because we went to lunch and we came back and Crawford was training right next to the area we were training.
That's right.
So like some of the power slap guys were like, "Oh shit, like Crawford's in here." So they grabbed their phone and they started recording him. All of a sudden the Crawford's coach came up like real big, like trying to like talk shit, and they almost popped off, bro. There was almost a fight in there, and then like they made the power slap people move to a different location.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shit's been weird. But let's talk about how you even got into the whole power slap game first.
I mean, I've been helping fighters and doing my career for 36 years now. And Bird, Cody, he messaged me and reached out and asked me to help him train, and he ended up getting called to NOLA for that. So I was helping him for the whole 6 months, getting him his body right, his mind right, getting his weight down, transitioning from 265 down to light.
265, jeez.
Yeah, we're getting him down to light heavyweight. And he signed me, went out to NOLA, and it was just on from the races. I was there, and they were like, "Hey, let's go hit the square." So I was like, "All right, cool, man. I'm in a sling. I just had shoulder surgery." And I hit it with my left, and I hit higher than all them. So they're like, "You should sign up." So I was like, "All right, cool." In my sling, I went and filled out the app. Didn't think I was going to get called. I'm in a sling when I'm feeling right, you know what I mean? And sure enough, a couple months later, hey, I get the email from Justin. "Hey, can you be here this day?" Absolutely.
Damn.
Absolutely.
It's a whole different crowd, the whole power slap, and everybody's kind of cool with each other, right? Like, it's like everybody started following me, showing love, and showing support, which is really cool because you would think that a sport like that, everyone's gonna be out for themselves. Just killers, bro, for real. You know what I mean? Like, so you wouldn't expect everybody to be so humble, but it's been cool, bro. I appreciate you coming out and reaching out to me, helping me out. I'm sure we're gonna be training in the future, but I don't know much about you, bro. So let's talk about your upcoming. Let's talk about where this all started. I know you grew up as a wrestler, like collegiate style wrestler. You were All-American, things like that. So let's talk about it. Like, bro, where are you born and raised? Where did you come from?
I'm from San Diego, California. I grew up in Chula Vista, and then I started wrestling when I was 4 years old. My mom put me in wrestling, and then it just progressed from there. From there, it went freestyle Greco. My pops was one of my coaches, introduced me to the integral parts of Greco, and it took off from there. I ended up being a 4-time All-American in Greco before I was an All-American in anything else. So
Now, where did you go to high school at? In California?
yeah, I went to high school at Hilltop High School in Chula
Okay,
Vista.
that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So you went there, and then did you get a full ride scholarship to a college, or did you just walk on a team?
I got 75% to Dana College, wrestling under Steve Costanzo
Okay.
for 2 years. and then, 2 years, and then I went to Grand Canyon University on another 75% scholarship under R.C. LaHaye.
Okay.
So.
And then you just continued to pursue the sport of wrestling. And I know you said you did the U.S. Open and things like that.
Yeah, I've done the U.S. Open a few times. I actually started going from wrestling. I was still wrestling until 2011, 2012. Like actually still there participating. In 2008, I got second at the Olympic Trials qualifier.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I started coaching at the MMA Lab.
Yeah, the MMA Lab. I remember you telling me about that. So from there, you kind of just transitioned into the coaching position. I know you were still competing though, until like last year, you said, right?
I mean, I took it this year off of competing because I had the 2 shoulder surgeries, but I took a little break from competing and chose an alternative lifestyle for a little bit, from like I said, 2012 to 2017.
Okay, tell us what happened there.
I got involved heavily into drugs and alcohol and ended up making some horrible choices and becoming homeless. I was homeless from end of 2013 to 2017.
Damn. Now, did this take place in California?
No, this was in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. How did you get from LA or California to Arizona? When did that happen?
Summer of 2006, I got accepted the scholarship to Grand Canyon University. That's in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Moved out there, and then met the mother of my son, my ex-wife, and she's from there. She's from Sarita. So we ended up moving down to Sarita, and I've just never left.
Okay. Now, let's talk about that. How did that transition happen? Because coming from a background of wrestling, like you have to be super disciplined. There's a lot that goes on. I mean, was it like you overworked yourself, and then was it your relationship that caused the, getting into alcohol and drugs?
No, to be honest with you, it was because of the doctors, if you want to be real with you.
Okay,
the doctors just feed me painkillers and painkillers and painkillers, and when I couldn't get painkillers, I'd just drink more. And it was one just kept hitting the other, and then eventually, opiates are very addictive, and so are alcohol. So it just took over my life.
Yeah. Now, during that period, were you still actively training, or was just your whole life was consumed by like alcohol and things like that?
I mean, I would still take calls and messages of fighters and wrestlers that were asking for my advice. Like, I'm never gonna turn somebody away if you ask me for some help.
Right.
But if I have to go somewhere, that's a different story. No, I mean, I worked out a little bit, but it was more of like just to survive. You know what I mean? I lived on the street.
Right. So tell me a little bit about that time period. I know you got when did you realize like, fuck, dude, like this is not good? Like, I was competing my whole life. I was a wrestler. Like, how did I get to this point?
June 1st, 2017, when I got arrested for the last time, got my last felony.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, what happened with that charge?
So I have 6 felonies on my record. I have 4 drug felonies and 2 forgery felonies.
Wow.
But I made the choice after that to just not use anymore because I know.
And that you got locked up, right?
I didn't go to prison. I got lucky. I got blessed. I got what's called DTAP.
Okay.
Drug treatment alternative to prison. When you sign for that, you sign for your mandatory minimum. Mine was 15 to 52 years.
Wow.
They don't play with forgery, dude.
So, yeah, for sure. So what they put you in? You were like, I'm sure you were like in a county style jail,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get transferred into like a house.
I got transferred to I was in jail for like 3.5 months, and then I went to rehab for 90 days, and then I was in a halfway house for 60 days, and then I just continued my probation until it was done.
Okay. Now, when you're going through all this, going through being locked up in the facilities and things like that, how were you able to pick yourself up from that low point, I guess? Like, what are some things like? Was it mental? Was it, was it physical? Did you start working out in there? Like, what did you do to get back to the place that you need to be?
I got big, bud.
Yeah.
I got big in 3 months. I went from a sucked up 140 pounds.
Jeez.
To 215 in 3 months.
215? Jeez.
When I got out of rehab, I was 220, and I wasn't fat, bro. I was working out every day. I was doing push-up, all body weight stuff. And when we got to rehab, I was using rocks and
Oh yeah.
taking my Dickies pants, tying knots on the ends, and filling them up with rocks and sand so I could do curls.
Yeah. Some of my homies said they used to fill up the
Water
bags with water.
water bags. Yeah, those are some good workouts. Those will test you, man, because the water is shifting, so you got to work on all your stabilizers so it hits muscles that you're not usually.
Right. So okay, so going back to, like I said, you were abusing drugs and alcohol. You found yourself in jail. What, like, it's a tough spot. So like, what woke you up? What was like? Was it like, man, I'm in the cell, like, bro, like I was able to accomplish this much in my life, and now I'm here, like. What happened? Like, what sparked your mind? Like, yo, like, I'm never gonna go back to this. I'm changing my lifestyle. Like, what happened there?
Well, I mean, when you're in jail and you're looking around and you're finally sober, you have a clear mind, right? You start to realize that this isn't the life that I want to live anymore. Like, I know where it leads me. Like, I'm homeless, dude. You know,
right?
I want to be a world champion again, and that's what I set my goal to. And when I was in there, I said, I want to be a world champion. When I got out of rehab, 2018, I won the world championships.
Jeez, that's crazy. So, tell us about that. Once you got out, once you checked out, did you go back to your family in Cali, or did you stay? Okay, so you stayed out.
I've been in Arizona. I haven't moved back.
And then what was your next step after you got your stuff right? You're like, okay, did you find like a wrestling coach? Did you find a gym? Was there somebody that you gravitated to get back on track?
I did. I reached out to Sean Huff over at Northside Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he gave me a chance to come in and show my craft because I had shown it. He remembered me from before all of that nonsense. I had come by and helped out a couple of his guys before, and he gave me an opportunity. He gave me a chance. Gave me keys, gave me codes, gave me access to safes. Like, he trusted me, so, and I took that real, you know. So.
And what did you do from there? Did you start building like programs for yourself? So you started building programs for yourself for fitness, just to get your mind off of all the other stuff. What are you? So like at this point, what's the next step? What did you start doing from after you gravitated towards the coach? Like, what were you doing from there? I mean, how did you project to where you're at today?
It's just a positive mindset and weaponizing gratitude. Keeping yourself in a positive mindset about negative situations, because there's always going to be some good that comes out of any negative situation.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little more. I'm glad you brought that up because this is something I struggle with. You know what I mean? Like, I deal with injuries. There's stuff that happens financially. I may maybe lose money on a deal, and I'll get down on myself, bro. Like, and that creates an effect throughout the whole day. Like, that might happen in the morning. I lose money on a deal. And then the next thing you know, like, everything in that whole day is becoming bad because of that way I set my mind. Can you talk about how important it is to have that positive mindset moving forward?
It's huge, man. If you stop with the mentality of just because one little thing that was bad, sometimes it's not little, but sometimes it's big, you know. But that one thing that happened is only taking up an hour of your day, 5-10 minutes of your day. Right. You can't keep that feeling of, oh, well, this happened, I'm just going to have a bad rest of my day. No, I'm going to go find some more good in the day so that bad moment over carries the emotions of what's going on.
Right. Now, what are your, like, where you're at right now? Obviously you're training other fighters. You're getting ready for the Power Slap. What are the next goals that we can look forward for you? Like, what are your next goals? I mean, you said I know your people are trying to convince you to get back into wrestling, but where are you at right now? What is your overall goal?
My overall goal is to build the coffee company that I'm working with, Dos Bros.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your businesses, actually. So you have a couple other businesses going on. Obviously, you're a wrestling coach. What are some other things you have? The coffee.
I'm a CEO of Dos Bros Coffee.
Okay, and where's that again?
It's in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We have four cafes. We're about to open a fifth. We got a pop-up trailer that we can go to do special events. It's amazing, man. We got a nice little speakeasy, Mighty's Cafe.
And how did that come about? Are you a coffee enthusiast, or did you run into somebody that kind of had it going, or was this like your idea, then another business partner came in? So how did that happen?
So I was training for Power Slap, right? I told the owner of the company in Orlando, Jimenez, he's a good friend of mine. I've known him. He's like my brother, dude. I've known him since I was 15.
Okay.
He was in the Navy when I was in high school, and I had to have outside training partners come in to work with me because, I mean, I've been wrestling forever, and these kids that are in high school weren't keeping up with me. So I had military people. I had graduated wrestlers coming in and just beat the crap out of me all day, and that's how I got better. But we went our separate ways, and I got that call for the combine, and I let him know, and he was like, "Well, let's go talk sponsorship." All right, cool, let's do that. I went up there. We talked. He said, "Give me 2 weeks because I told him what I was doing back home for work and like how I was struggling and stuff financially. And he said, "Give me 2 weeks. Come up here and work, and we'll see what we can do." Well, within that 2 weeks, I earned the CEO position. So he's blessed me. He's taken care of me, and the people that he surrounds himself with are amazing people as well. You know that saying, you surround yourself with 4 millionaires, you're going to become the fifth.
Right.
I'm surrounding myself with more than 4 millionaires every day. And I'm just being inspired and growing. And we feed off of it. We bring positive vibes. We bring smiles to people's faces. We serve people. That's what life's about, is serving your fellow person.
Right. No, 100%. So, okay, so you met him, you guys started the business with him, or, power. That's crazy how, like you said, things just draw gravitational pull, bro. Like, and so all this is recent because you just did the combine. So all this is all recent.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff that just came to you, bro. That's awesome. Okay. So what's going on with this business? How does, you said there's 4 of them. They're all in Phoenix.
They're all in Phoenix. There's 4 cafes. And we have barbershops in 2 of them.
Okay, I was gonna say, what sets the vibe? What makes that place different?
We do.
Yeah.
We set the vibe, bro. We set the vibe. We bring the vibe. We bring the happiness. We bring the joy. Because you go get a cup of coffee in the morning, you're already in a bad mood because you gotta get up and go do what you gotta go do, right? Well, most people, not us. I get up, I get to go have fun all day. I have fun.
So there's a barbershop in?
Yeah, we have a single chair in there right now. We're about to have another one in one of them. In one of our locations, so the Speakeasy, and then we have another one inside Manny's Art Gallery, and that one has the whole right side of the building is a tattoo shop and an art gallery, and then you come past those, and then right there's our cafe, and then to the left of that is another barbershop with 4 chairs.
Okay.
And Orlando's been doing this for a long time. He's been doing it for quite a few years. Started in San Diego and then moved up here.
Okay. Is there plans just to keep it, like grow it within the state first and maybe expand?
Yeah, we're always gonna have to go within the state first. We're gonna go local. We're Southside kids, bro. So we support local business. We stay in the Southside for right now, but we always want to branch out. We want everyone to have our coffee. It's amazing.
Right. And what kind of coffee is it from Colombia?
It's we do a mixture of some Kona and Colombia.
Espresso machines, shit like
Everything,
that. Yeah.
Bro. Any type of coffee you think of, we can make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. So okay, so you got that business going. Then are you a full-time wrestling coach?
I am. I've taken a break a little bit, stepped back from it from the University of Arizona as assistant head coach this year. Last year I was a head coach.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it. Is just striking. My goal end game is be a Power Slap World Champion. I know I got a lot of people I got to go through to get there, but I can put in the work and I can do it.
Right.
Ready. We stay ready, so we don't have to get ready.
Right, for sure.
So
for sure. Now, so you've been doing. I know you were just in Hawaii too. Tell us about the experience there. What were you doing there to begin with?
So Nakamura Wrestling Club. And the Hawaii Wrestling Foundation.
And before you start that, me and you both know like Midwest is kind of like that's where it's at for wrestling, where it started, and it just it's kind of like bubbling up now, especially with RAF going on. It's kind of starting to become more acceptable. Like, they almost took it out of the Olympics for a point, and now it's starting to because I don't know if it's because of UFC. People are starting to see the importance of grappling, but Hawaii has never been kind of known for wrestling that well.
No, not for wrestling that well, but when you have people like Nakamura that are over there that are pushing wrestling, that have been successful at wrestling from Hawaii, wrestle at Iowa State and all those things. So he's pushing it and he's getting these kids going, and he's on Maui, so like they're rebuilding there.
And they have a huge they have a lot of fighters there. Hawaii breeds a lot of good fighters, bro.
Oh yeah.
So it's the perfect opportunity to start making wrestling boom out there too. So, okay, so tell us about that. You got invited to go out there and coach a seminar?
Yeah, I did a 1 day seminar out there. Well, I ended up doing a private lesson the day before with a few kids, and then I did a 1 day seminar. It was 3 sessions, broken up into 3 sessions. The first session was ages 10 to 17. Second session was ages 3 to 10. That was the cutest little thing in the world. And then third session was the older kids again.
Okay, now were you teaching all types of wrestling, or was it just like freestyle, folk style?
So I taught some Greco movements that could also be used integrated into all the other styles. So everything that I teach, you can use in all of the different styles of wrestling, without fear of repercussion of a different style. Does that make sense?
I got you. Yeah. So you can implement it. You can implement the, just different positions to get a takedown, things like that. They all work for the same thing, but
yeah.
scoring is obviously going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I taught a lot of control ties and control tie defense.
Okay.
So.
And were these experienced wrestlers or just kind of newbies?
Both. It's a mix of both.
Okay.
It's a mix of both.
And for the experienced wrestlers you were dealing with, did you see like, okay, yeah, these guys got a lot of good knowledge already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's some really tough kids out there that are going to do some big things coming up.
Yeah.
Nakamura's breeding some champions for sure.
How does that work for like their national teams? They come out to all these tournaments out here in the States too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, not all of them, but that's where they have to do. They have to fly to the States to come get competition.
And how does their like youth start? Like, because the youth, did you learn about that? Like the high schools, like, because there's different islands. Is there one state tournament?
Yeah, Hawaii has one state tournament just like California.
Okay.
Yeah, they're G's just like us.
Yeah.
Like with 5 different state champions in one state and weight class. It's weird.
Yeah, so like it coming from Ohio, we had 3 divisions, Division 1, 2, 3, and it's all based on like, I guess how dense the school is. Like Division 1's usually like the city schools, and then 3 would be like the country schools and stuff like that. So the division we were in was Division 2, but we'd always compete with the Division 1 guys anyways. We'd have like the holiday tournament, so we'd wrestle, St. Ed's guys and things like the Blair Academy guys. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was a mix, but I always thought that was weird, like how California just had like the one, which makes sense. That's how it should be like that.
I mean, think about it, dude. Like, who's going to be the real champion of the state at that weight class unless you take all those state champions and then you put them in a tournament, just a tournament of state champions to see who's going to be the state champ. Yeah,
for sure. Because it'd come down to like the Ironman tournament was like the toughest guy for us. It was like whoever won the Ironman tournament, they were the real top champs in that weight class, I guess. So, okay, so you doing the wrestling. So tell us a little bit more about your life, bro. Like going back to like when you were picking yourself back up. That was kind of a long period. You said that you were down, and how was it? 2012 to
2000 to end of 2013 to 2017.
Wow, so that's like 3 or 4 years, just about. What were you doing in that time? How long did you stay locked up?
I was only locked up for 3 months. That for the last time I got arrested.
Okay.
I think in total I've spent close to a year and a half in jail, county jails.
Damn. And what were like those 3 years? That's a lot. Like that's a lot of time to be away from just the normal world, I guess. Like what were you doing that time frame?
Drugs.
Yeah.
And surviving.
Jeez.
Drugs and surviving.
Yeah, and you have a couple kids too.
I have one. I have one son. His name's Ryo.
And did you have him how recently? How old is he, I guess?
He's 13.
13. So you've had him a while.
Yeah, I missed a lot of his life because I made poor choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is he in wrestling?
He is. He is, man. He just started a couple years ago. I never forced him. Never like, you want to wrestle? No, Dad. Okay. Hey, Dad, I want to wrestle. Okay, son. Let's do it.
And is he also in? He's in Arizona.
Yeah, he's in Arizona. He's in Cerrita. It's about 3 hours south of where I'm at.
And you're coaching him, or you're leaving up to his high school?
So he's getting coached down there in Cerrita by some good coaches. I have my faith in them for sure. And then when I go to his tournaments, I try to coach him from the sidelines.
Yeah.
There's a thing when it comes. I've noticed that working in behavioral health and just in general is that when you coach your kid after coaching multiple people's others kids, your patience with your own kid isn't the same.
Yeah.
Because you expect them to do no more, even though they don't.
Right.
Right. So he gets frustrated when I coach him in practice, and I get frustrated too. But when we get to tournaments, it's like I say, he does it.
Yeah.
Right. And I get myself in trouble a lot because they have coaches. And I got to remember, I'm a parent.
Yeah.
I'm a parent. I'm not a coach there.
Yeah, there was a point saying, well, like our dad was tough on us when we were kids, man. Like I said, I started wrestling when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and it was a way for us to get out. Like, cause nobody in my family is successful at all, bro. Like, everyone's either dead, on drugs, or just like working a regular job, miserable. And our dad's seen it as an opportunity, like, to get scholarships, and he's seen like other kids getting scholarships, and he's like, yo, like, so he was really hard on us, man. And then yeah, it came to a point too where he had to like let off and let the coaches do their things. But then it's like, yo, now we're in these guys' hands. They're just like my dad. So like our wrestling practices were crazy. You know what I mean? Like we were wrestling in Logan Stieber's garage with his dad coaching us, and just be like, all right, we're live wrestling. And then the next person comes in until you're dead.
Round robin.
Yeah,
bait.
Exactly. So yeah, man, I definitely get the point where you gotta step back a little bit and let the coaches do their thing too. But yeah, so your son's wrestling, and then you're looking about what weight class are you going to compete in Power Slab?
Lightweight, 155.
155. Who's the current champ right now?
Robert.
Oh, Rob, dog.
Yeah,
he's a dog, man.
He's a dog, but he's a good dude. He's a good individual. He's kind-hearted, bro.
Yeah, he really is, bro. He looked like I was talking to Curtis on that last podcast about how he was like the only one at the combine that kind of looked out, was helping us out and stuff. And damn, so that division. You got Dakota, that's your boy too, right?
Yeah.
So he's in that division, and then they got some new guys they signed in. So how do you feel like you fit in in that weight class?
I feel like I'm gonna be a force to be reckoned with in that weight class, dude.
For sure.
I hit hard, bro.
I know.
I hit real hard.
I seen you cracking the mitt, man. I'm like, this dude. So okay, so what is like? All right, obviously there's like 12 events this year. What ideally, how soon are you looking to get out there and compete?
I mean, I was hoping to be on the card tonight, but that obviously isn't happening. So what was the next card, which is April 17th.
Now, I know you've also been working with a lot of other competitors that are currently competing in Power Slap. What are some techniques that you're implementing with these guys when you're training them? Like, what are like the most important things that you would say a Power Slap athlete should train? Like, what should we be doing?
Well, first thing is maintaining your weight correctly, because it's unprofessional to not make weight.
Right.
Like, it's ridiculous, dude. Like, you're fighting for the biggest organization in the world. You're fighting for the biggest combat organization in the world. Make weight.
Right.
You signed on that contract that you were going to make that weight. They're paying you money to come. You better make weight, and you better perform. That's the first thing I try to instill with these people, right? In 36 years of competing, I haven't missed weight.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah, you can't miss weight.
You don't miss weight, right? And then it's going into working on your form, your weight distribution, body mechanics, cardio, building your neck up, building your jaw.
That's huge. A lot of people don't think about that. What are some what are some workouts that we could do to train our neck?
I mean, you can do front bridges, back bridges, side bridges, doing them on elevated surfaces so that you're carrying your whole body weight while you're on those bridges, carrying medicine balls, doing twists, doing
What
different
about the
things.
resistant bands? I see some people like moving their head
Doing
back.
those, I mean, if that works for them, cool. Like, that don't work for me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm doing anything. I feel like
I tried it too, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I do right now. I'm just doing like a lot of trap workouts. I'll do the you put the chain where it has on the.
Yeah.
So I've done that. Just bridges, like you said.
On a bench or no bench?
On a bench.
Okay, so you want on your side too?
Yeah.
And then when you're on it, right, your shoulders are parallel to the ground. You want to let your head come down and then pull yourself body weight back up. And you do 10 of those on each side. Do 3 sets of those. That's your neck exercise. That's all you need, bro.
I mean, as far as the form goes, are you having them do cables for the
band
form?
work?
Bands, okay.
Bands, like all band work.
I remember one time you said carry a weight in your other hand too.
I mean, you can carry a weight to help, like a hand weight right here, to help with your force, to keep your strength and your mobility. Um, but it's all I've been using bands. I've been working with a lot with Pono. Pono's been helping me a lot.
Now, the other thing too is like there's everybody since Power Slap's so new, there is no right or wrong way to do anything, and everybody has their own technique. What do you think's more effective? I see some people coming all the way back and swinging back, but then I see some of these guys that are winning the fights and like champions that are like barely winding up. It's just like what do you think? Like, how does that work? Or like, what do you think is the most effective way to land the most power? I guess.
Um, well, I feel like the way to that's a tough question, bro. That's a good question because everybody's body mechanics are different.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why, like, even me trying to like train and stuff, I'm like, I'll try couple different angles, but I feel like you kind of got to work like what works for you. And then it's important to know where you're hitting, right? And how are you hitting pads? Are you hitting the bob doll or the bob dummy?
I am. I'm hitting pads. I have a bob at home. I hit pads. And then I do band work without any pads. Making sure that we have good form, keeping everything in alignment. Just also working on just side to side movement, my lateral side to side movements, keeping great stabilizers, building power. Just feeling my body when I'm doing the movements to see where my muscles engage at certain points. Listening to your body, so that way okay, I move my body this way, I move my knee this way, it's going to engage this part of my body. That's how I get more power.
Do you think speed's important?
Absolutely. You got to have some speed. It's speed, power, and accuracy.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Speed,
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, because I feel like when I'm applying more speed, focusing on the target, that's when I get the best shots.
Breath work, making sure you're fully exhaled.
Breath work's important too for taking the hits, right?
Taking the hits too, recovering, and giving the hits, man. Because like when you set up, exhale all the way, get all the air out. When you're doing your wind up, you're breathing in deep, and then when you're letting it out, you're everything you got.
Man, dude. I look forward to training with you. So like, what can we expect from you? I know you got the businesses. What are some new ventures or some things that you are looking for in the future?
I mean, I want to be a Power Slap World Champion, dude. Like, that's what you're gonna see me do.
Let's go.
That's what it is.
Is there anybody that you see yourself paired up with would be like the perfect ideal matchup for you besides the current champ, obviously?
I mean, I'll fight anybody at 155, bro. Any one of them. I don't care who it is. Just put it on the contract. Let me sign it. Let's go fight.
Let's go.
That's what it is, dude. Like, that's what the name of this game is we're here to prove that we're tougher than the other person, or we're better at this than the other person. It's business.
Right.
I'm gonna make friends along the way. I'm gonna make enemies along the way, but my goal is straight and to the point. And like, I'm a world champion, and I want to continue to be a world champion. I want to win world championships, and I want to build world champions.
Right.
So, you'll see me on the Power Slap scene. You'll see me coaching, helping others in the wrestling scene, in the catch wrestling scene, beach wrestling scene, all those.
Yeah, and I see you got a few sponsorships going on, the Head Rush and stuff. How did that stuff come about?
Moving with genuine and real intentions and purpose, and just showing people my abilities in both physically and the way that I can help people mentally. And then just being a good person to people, and things come, and I have really good people in my corner helping me out. I have good people supporting me. I got a few good ones, man. I got Originals Family Farms. I got Right Toyota coming in. I got Glass Bath, Fong's Market, Manny's Art Gallery, Fight Rope. Those are cool. That's an amazing one. Mighty's Cafe. Yeah, man. This is all. It takes a village, man. And if you get the right people in your corner, then you can achieve great things. So that's how it's all come about.
Right.
It's just being a good person.
Right.
And doing the work. Putting in the work, showing that you're doing the work, and putting in the effort to continue to progress, not just in a sport, but in life, right? And paying it forward. Pay it forward.
Yeah,
always pay it forward.
Yeah, that's super important, bro. A lot of people are greedy and selfish, and it's all for them. But I feel like that's how I've been able to grow myself and is, putting myself out there, making new connections, making friends, and yeah, doing the same thing. Like, I don't know how many times I've never got anything in return, but just, putting yourself out there. But yeah, bro, I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always need a return, like, hey, I helped that guy out. Put a smile on his face.
Yeah.
That's the return for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man, do you have any other stories you want to share?
Oh, man, just come out, tune in, check us out.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out his podcast and add him as a
Let's
friend.
go. And you're going to be back in Vegas, too, for the U.S. Open and stuff
Yeah,
like
so
that?
I'll be back out here. Hopefully, I'll be on that card. So I'll be on the April 17th Power Slap card. That would be amazing. Simbodi, what's up, dog?
Man, bro.
What's
Hey,
up, Justin?
Call
both of us, bro. What's up?
Right, we ready.
And then there's WrestleMania that weekend, and then following that is the U.S. Open for Freestyle and Greco. So I'm gonna go. I'm still on the fence about it. I might do it. If I do it, I might just do Greco. I don't know.
And for people that maybe are interested in, getting private sessions with you or jumping in one of your sessions, or how can they find out about your wrestling seminars or just like some of your
Instagram, Facebook. I post everything to Instagram. My handle is Bryan Scambler. It's my name. Has the Meta Verified logo on it. That's the only one I really use, if you want me to be honest with you, because everything I share on Instagram goes directly to Facebook.
I gotcha.
So
okay.
Other than that, that's it. That's how I get my business right now.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, shit, man. That's pretty much all I got. So if you're good,
I'm good, man.
All right, cool, man. We'll go ahead and wrap it up with that. Cool, bro.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me, bro.